Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back to the Prima Marketing channel. I'm Adrienne Bosey, better known online as Alice Scraps Wonderland. Welcome to this special video sharing how to make this interactive rocker card I designed for Prima Marketing using the Cherry Sweet collection. This card design is perfect for showcasing gorgeous Prima ephemera in a fun way, and today we're using the Daydreams ephemera pack to make this card. We are also using the 6x6 Cherry Sweet paper pad, other Cherry Sweet embellishments, and the white twine from the Home Baker Spools of Yarn pack. You'll also need my guide, including the template that I've designed for this interactive card. All of these supplies are listed in the description box below. First, I just wanted to show the interactive element of this card. The hidden mechanism allows you to rock this little fairy on a woodland creature back and forth, as if they are running through a meadow of flowers. So let's get right into this tutorial. First, you'll need to print out the two templates in the guide, ensuring that the scale setting for your printer is set to 100%. This will give you perfect measurements for an A2 card. After printing out your templates, use a craft knife and self-healing craft mat to cut out the gray areas on both of the template pieces. Then use your scissors to cut the templates out. You don't need to cut perfectly on the straight lines, just do your best to make your cuts as straight as possible. Also cut along the wavy line on the second template. Take a little more time on this cut to make sure you get the cut nice and smooth. Next, trim a piece of pink cardstock to an A2 card size, which is 5.5 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Then trim a second piece to 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. The larger template should fit perfectly on that smaller piece of pink cardstock. Line the two up and use a pencil to trace the cutouts. Then punch a hole on the dot using an awl or paper piercer. Then, just like you did to cut out the template, use a craft knife and mat to trim off the cutouts. Pick out two pieces of patterned paper from the Cherry Sweet 6x6 paper pad. You'll want one that is a floral pattern for the ground and another that has some blue in it to be the sky background. Take the smaller template and flip it over and trace it out on the back side of the patterned paper you chose for the ground. Trim the notch off the bottom with your craft knife and cut the straight edge with your scissors. Then tear the paper just above the wavy line so that the white core shows on the front of your ground piece. Next, trim your sky to 5 1/4 inches by 2 inches. And trim a piece of patterned paper from either of the leftover pieces of paper to a 1/2 inch wide by 3 inches long. Using your favorite roller or liquid adhesive, glue the sky patterned paper onto the top of the pink cardstock with the cutouts. lining the bottom of the patterned paper up with the top of the upper cutout. If you like a distressed and shabby look, distress the edges of your patterned paper and cardstock at this point. Pull out the pink frame from the ephemera pack and distress the edges of it as well, then glue it to the center of your sky. Now we are going to attach the strip that creates the rocking action. Slide the strip up through the cutout so it lays on top of the sky, but underneath the pink cardstock, and is centered in the cutout. You want the top of the strip to hit approximately 1.5 inches above the hole you punched. It doesn't need to be exact, but you want it to come up high enough to clear the ground you'll add later, but still have enough of the strip to be able to hold it at the notched end of the card. Once you've got it placed, take your awl and poke it through the hole in the cardstock to create a hole in the strip. Then take your brad and poke it through the hole and flatten the backs. You can use a mini brad like mine or a regular sized one for office supply. Just make sure that you can move the strip back and forth to create the rocking movement easily without it being too loose. To make the strip more decorative at the notched end, use a dot of liquid glue to adhere one of the heart ephemera pieces to the bottom of the strip. Now that the mechanism is complete, we can glue it down to the card base. Use a bit of foam adhesive around the edges of the mechanism, ensuring your foam doesn't interfere with the movement of the mechanism. Then line it up with the card base and press it into place. Before we add the ground, let's add a little texture with the white twine from the Homebaker Spools of Yarn pack. Using a piece of low-tack tape or washi tape, hold one end of the twine in place to one side of the front of the ground layer. Then wrap the twine a couple times around the paper. Cut the twine, move the tape, and then tie a double knot. Add foam adhesive to the back of this layer, then press it into place on your card. This is totally optional, but I'm using a craft knife to remove just a tiny bit of the white between the fairy and the fox on this piece of ephemera. Now let's add our fairy. Use several layers of your foam adhesive, placing it at the top of the strip. You want your fairy and fox to be able to clear the ground layer. Since I used one layer of 1mm thick foam on the ground, I used 3 layers of the same foam adhesive to adhere the fairy to the strip. After pressing the ephemera piece into the foam adhesive, check to make sure that your fairy rocks back and forth when you move the strip. I see that my ground layer got a little lower than my sky did as there's a little pink cardstock peeking out, but that's an easy fix. I'm just using a small strip of the same cardstock I used for the sky, gluing it right where I need it, taking care to not cover the cutout in the pink cardstock. If you didn't already, trim the ends of your twine so they aren't too long. And now we can add all of the other embellishments. I'm dry fitting the flowers. It's important that you add them where they won't interfere with the movement of the fairy ephemera piece. This is also when I tear or cut the greens off the backs of the flowers. Give your larger flower a little fluff and then use a small dab of hot glue or liquid adhesive to adhere your flower in place. I'm gluing mine right over the knot of twine. Then I add the two smaller flowers using the same hot glue, tucking them a little under the larger flower. Let's make these flowers sparkle. I'm using Finn's soft matte gel and the iridescent glitter from the Ebony and Ivory set. Brush a bit of the gel onto the edges of the flower petals. Then sprinkle the glitter on and tap off the excess onto a piece of paper. You can add this excess glitter right back into the tube for another project. Add one of the small chipboard heart stickers from the Cherry Sweet collection next to your cluster of flowers. And add a tiny envelope ephemera piece using a bit of foam adhesive, tucking it under one of the flowers a little. Then use your hot glue or liquid adhesive to add one of the sentiment ephemera pieces to the top of the large flower. Next, add 2 butterfly puffy stickers, placing one on each side of the frame and fairy. The finishing touch is adding a few of the peach-colored gems from the Cherry Sweet Sayed and Crystals set. Now, let's take a look at the finished project. I created 2 cards using this template, one with the fairy on the fox as created in this video, and the other with the fairy on the bunny, which I shared briefly at the start of the video. I think these cards are perfect for giving to kids or to a loved one on Valentine's Day. I can't wait to see your version of this interactive rocker card. If you share on Instagram, don't forget to tag both Prima Marketing and Alice Scraps Wonderland so we can gush over your amazing creation. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to like this video to get more amazing inspiration and content from the Prima Design team. And until next time, happy crafting!